Hey, it's Jude. Jesus Christ, the heart of every message. I'm your host, Jude Allen. I'm excited about another opportunity to share this on my mind and on my heart. Before we get started, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and would ask that if you like this message, to please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's get into it. I recall 2014, and I was making preparations to leave one area, one state, to relocate to another state. I would make this move without my family. Upon making the move, I actually called ahead to try to talk about what my intentions were for his work and how I would come. I would show up day one and get into the mix, join in with the team, try to learn the team because I'd be leading a new team. We were being sent to a location overseas. Before we can go there, we had to train. So, getting there, getting situated, getting my furniture, all of my goods set up in my new spot, did that, prepared my equipment and things that I would need to bring with me so that it could be shipped to the location it needs to go in preparation for training. So, mind you, I'm coming from the West Coast all the way over to the East Coast, driving. Then I will proceed for training back to the West Coast, so that we can integrate with the team and learn exactly what we would need to do. So after making the long trip, many hours, matter of fact, many days, I think about 5 days it took, taking my time, I arrived, getting everything situated, getting my furniture set up, equipment ready. I was rather tired. You can only imagine, just weary in my body. But I still proceeded to travel back to the West Coast for training. Now, training, mind you, was very arduous. It was hot during the summertime. That was by design because we're trying to get acclimated to a desert environment. Training would be a range of about 20 plus days. I arrive, meet up with the team. I'm excited to see them. They're excited to see me. Haven't stopped, still yet going. We got in the grind, working 16, 17-hour days. We had equipment on, walking up and down the hills, sweating, working day in and day out. During the day, it was extremely hot. And then during the night, sleeping in a large tent with many different other teammates. It was extremely cold. Slept in a sleeping bag on a cot. Had to rely on showers that were set up. There were some days that the showers produced water so that we could take a shower, and some days there was no shower. So we had to use baby wipes. Days passed, kept passing, kept passing, kept passing. 16-hour days, 17-hour days in the grind, leading, teaching, integrating, learning, preparing. for what was to come. There were days we didn't have a hot meal. We had to rely on those meal ready to eat meals, MREs, 3 times a day. Day in and day out, I began to get even more weary because I hadn't stopped since I arrived at my new location. By this time, we were 20 plus days in, maybe around about 20, day 21. Being tired, haven't stopped, missing my family. I went to sleep that night feeling that way, and I'll never forget it. I awakened the next morning, proceeded to unzip my sleeping bag. And as I began to sit up, tired and wearied in my body, I whispered to the Lord, leaning forward, getting up, raising myself up off the cot, and say, Lord, I just want to be loved. And as I proceeded to turn my body to put my feet on the ground, the Lord whispered back to me, He said, Jude, me too. I was so taken by what I had just heard that I was in a state of shock. I turned around to my supervisor and battle buddy and I mentioned to him the same thing. I said, I told the Lord that I just wanted to be loved. And the Lord whispered down to me, Jude, me too. I have to tell you that that was a moment that changed my life forever. Oftentimes we go through life, we have trials, tribulations, and things that we encounter. We're stressed. We experience losses of loved ones, losses of jobs, feeling weary, worn, beaten, battered. It's life happening to us. And I couldn't help but think about all that Jesus Christ did so that we can have the life that we have. He was despised and rejected of men. He was beaten, unrecognizable. The lashes, the whips, the nails in his hands, the thorns on his head, carrying the cross. He did for us. The things that we go through does not compare to what he did to demonstrate his love for us. I felt so unworthy in the moment. The sacrifice that I had made was nothing in comparison. And oftentimes we experience these things and we want to give up and throw in the towel. But I'm reminded of a scripture that says that after you have suffered a while, establish, strengthen, settle you. Scripture that says, wait on the Lord and be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. I believe that although we go through things in life, it is in a way God's way of demonstrating his love for us. The grace of the Lord that is extended towards us, that we are not consumed, or his compassions fail not. He loves us, and he just wants us to love him back. Yes, God who is all powerful, God who's all knowing, he wants to be loved too. Now, how do we demonstrate our love to him? The Bible says, if you love me, keep my commandments. When we walk in obedience to him, that's how we demonstrate our love. When we encounter temptations, tribulations, tests, he's able to cause us to triumph if we trust him, if we love him, if we believe in him. So I learned a valuable lesson that day. And that is, it doesn't matter what we go through. Love the Lord. Stay with God. Don't leave him. He wants to know that we truly, truly love him. I hope this message resonates with you, that we do all we can to exhibit our love for God. We got some trying days ahead of us, but we want to trust in the Lord. And I believe in doing so, it lets the Lord know that we truly love him. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I would ask that you please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel to enjoy all of your favorite episodes. Till next time, tune in for another exciting episode you would not want to miss. We'll be back. Hey, hey, it's Jude Albert signing off. See you next time. Thank you all for watching.